what you put me through, 'cause I've been so true to you. For you to come at me with another lame excuse. See, all of you
What's up, world? Yeah, you know who it is. Once again, this is your dude. Holding down the Dread T-shirt. It's a tough job holding it down because it gets kind of like want to fly. Like the brother was on the airplane, they said. I don't know what day it was, but the plane killed many people, and this brother went to the exit doors and jumped off the airplane, wasn't injured at all. I don't know. I really don't know how it happened. How did he know that this plane was crashing and he was at ground level to like jump off the second floor or something? And then the plane crashed. Now, that takes imagination. I mean, really. How that happened, I don't know. You know, but it did happen. How it happened, I don't know. Once again. But the brother is doing good, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, baby, what's your name, huh?
Hey, nah, would you give me that mix down?
Yeah, well, don't be too slick now.
Yeah, down, yeah. Let's go. Yeah. What's up, world? Once again, this is your boy. Yeah, my man hit it right on time. Are you ready for the show of the day? Are you ready for the show of the second? Are you ready for the show of the minute? Are you ready for the show of the second? Ladies and gentlemen, why don't you please, James Brown, please put your beautiful hand together for the
T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood. Yeah, doing it really big, really big. We got a really great show tonight. I'm going to remind you who's joining us tonight in just a minute. I want to say thank you out there to the people in the world that's rocking with us, you know, that's sending us links to the stuff that's going on in the world, calling us, emailing us, Facebook messaging us, all the vices, all the ways you can do it, y'all figuring it out. Even pulling up on dudes in traffic, you know, so when I bring this stuff up, I can't make it up. The political scene is all crazy right now. It's a lot going on. Y'all heard about the House representative in South Carolina? Oh my God, the guy, he got busted for sharing child pornography and child sexual abuse materials. He was a fan of that baby oil too, man. No, here's the clincher though. Guess what his call sign was on the social media? Joe Biden 69. Yeah, House Representative R.J. May. I hate to put you out there, R.J. May, but that was despicable. You know what I'm saying? So we like to demonize that type of stuff, you know what I mean? You always try to demonize our culture. No, we gonna demonize what ain't right, you know? You out there messing with kids, man. And going up under the pseudonym Joe Biden 69. That's crazy. You making South Carolina look bad, man. And when I seen a picture of him, he's big old stout dude, you know, like, come on, man. You look like you could have had a career on the offensive line somewhere, man.
On your team.
Not on my team. We don't want him on the Browns, baby. We don't want him on the Browns. We already had questionable characters on the Browns already. You know, we done went through that phase, you know. Messing around, the team is leaving now, you know what I'm saying? That's messed up. We done dropped the ball. We got to help Jimmy Haslam out. You know, why they can't build a dome, though, on the one we got? That's what's the problem with that? I always said we needed a dome on that state. What you think, Scott?
Dude, I mean, just put up some, ropes or something.
Yeah, something. But we're going to have to go to Brook Park now. So if they put the stadium in Brook Park, I'm going to have more reason to go, not just the go-kart racing. You know what I'm saying? I go go-kart racing in Brook Park. I promise. Y'all hip to that, Miles? Y'all hip to it? Okay, all right, cool. Right. I ain't say the name, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, go-kart racing unknown. Somewhere out there. It might be by the stadium when they open it up. I don't know. What about Trump, though? You know, Trump put them National Guard troops in Los Angeles. Y'all been seeing what's happening?
That's crazy. But no, you heard what they were saying in Miami, though? They were talking about they're about to have a protest down there, and they were saying, if anything hit their cars, the police were saying this.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. No, the police got real disrespectful.
God.
The sheriff, you ain't see that, Scott? He was up there. He was at the podium. He was like, yeah, if you throw a rock at us, if you spit at us, we're going to beat you up and take you to jail. We're going to kill you dead. Your family going to have to find your remains. Identify your remains. That's he said. Your family going to have to.
Spit, I shoot or something.
Yeah. So they own it down there, man. They own it down there, man. But a federal judge just blocked Trump from using the troops to patrol the streets of L.A. because that was the next move. We assemble in L.A. and then we were going to patrol the streets. So them rolling 60s, all my dudes and all them, y'all would have had to go in the house. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would have had to go in the house or y'all would have had to face them howitzers. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all got the AK-47s out there in the streets and all that, but y'all would have had to face them howitzers and them C-130 gunships and all tanks, you know. I mean, nothing they ain't handled before on Superior. You know what I'm saying? They handled it right here on Superior, actually. Actually, we know some of the dudes that went head-to-head with the tanks. You know, you probably didn't know that guy, or you probably did know. You're a filmmaker, you know. But we got a really great show tonight. You know, we got a guy on board that's near and dear to the film community. A lot of you out there that's into the film game, you may know of this guy, a really great guy, real busy in the film industry. Mr. Scott Brosius is in the house tonight. Yeah, from the Horror Hotel Film Festival. You know, it don't stop. And we got another great guy near and dear to the film community, real popular, blowing up. I'm glad he's walking through the door right now. Mr. Hakeem Sharif in the house. Yeah, so stay with us. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with those two great people in a minute. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the Hood. Thanks, man. I'm excellent, man. All right, we back. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the Hood. Before I go any further with my esteemed guest that's joining us tonight, I want to thank a few people, y'all, if you don't mind. That's the Coleman family. Yeah. Big Bud, Miss Kim, Miles, DJ, Morgan, Swole, my man Shamar, the whole team holding the community together for quite some time, allowing you the space and the place to get your face out there in the atmosphere, Craig. You know, I said, and tell your story to the world. I ain't say down the street or in the next state over, although that does happen, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about to the world, Craig. So, you know, big shout out to the Coleman family, 20 plus years holding the community together, you know. Big shout out to Brother Roland and Shabazz Bakery. If you're new to Hollywood in the Hood, we got the buttermilk pies, apple pies, carrot cake, pound cake, bean soup. Very delicious. Hakeem, you might not, you got that, you know, you got that Hollywood stuff going on. You know, you gotta try a little bit of it, you know what I mean? Sky, you too, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, very delicious, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we ship wholesale worldwide, so let's up the ante. Y'all ordering 200 and 300 pies. Let's fill the semi-truck up, you know, straight up and down. You know, big shout out to Superior Renaissance Community Development Corporation, holding the community down. If you from the city, you ought to know that from 105 to 125th, you got a group of individuals that's bringing a renaissance to the area. If you know anything about this area, it was once the Gold Coast. You know, so that's coming back. Business, prosperity, unity, that's coming back here with the efforts of the Superior CDC. So if you want to get involved, start coming to the general meetings. There's another one on the 22nd, you know, straight up and down. And then if you're interested in what's going on in Ward 9, there's a candidates forum going on Saturday, June 21st here at Hollywood in the Hood. So you might want to attend that. It's going to be a continental breakfast. So you get to ask your questions of the candidates and make an informed decision on who you want to vote from come voting time, so straight up and down. But right now, like I said at the onset of the show, we want to bring a guy on that's near and dear to the indie film scene right here. I'm talking about it's international, though. It's not just no Cleveland, Ohio thing. What do you know about Horror Hotel Film Festival? Woo! Yeah. I got co-owner, Mr. Scott Brosius with us. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you. Yeah, Horror Hotel Film Festival. That's scary stuff. Hold on, Scott.
It's Friday the 13th, though.
Yeah, it is Friday the 13th. You know what I'm saying? Kill. Hold
Scary.
on. Now, Scott, I came up on Amityville Horror. I done came up on Jason Voorhees. I done came up on all of them. Did you come up on some of them same things?
Oh my God, absolutely. Like my thing was like the thing, like the idea that like, the monster, the creature is just a normal looking dude, your best friend, and then all of a sudden like, you're like, hey man, let's go alone in this room. It's like, no, don't go alone in the room.
Yeah. Now, hey, the thing about Jason though, he got cut up, shot up, stabbed up, poisoned, all kind of ways, and he never could die, man.
He ain't go through what the Mac went through.
He didn't. Who was the Mac? Oh, the Mac. Hey, but I just found out. Did you know that Freddy Krueger was inspired? That was shot by Wes Craven. Wes Craven was from Cleveland.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Did y'all know that? The guy who made Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven is from Cleveland. Did you know that, Hakeem? I'm no.
He's an actor. Actors
See,
know
that's
all
why I
the
got to
details.
surround myself with those that's in the mix.
Actors know everything about the details.
You just know everything about the details.
I'm a filmmaker. Like I'm behind the camera. Like the actors, like they have to smooth. They have to put it out there.
Yeah, that's right.
Has Wes Craven ever reached out to you all's film festival, the Horror
I mean,
Hotel?
like honestly, like he does attend like many film festivals and signs autographs. He was definitely an option that we were looking into, but
Well, as far as inviting him and stuff to be a speaker and all that.
Exactly. And then, but like really, like Horror Hotel, like our goal is to have like really like a film festival for the filmmakers, film festival for the actors, for the crew. Like we want audience there too, but we're really looking to make a community of like artists.
Right.
And like, exchange people, meet people, network people,
Right.
To really try to connect different people that maybe would have never met one another.
Hold on, it's getting kind of scary now. I'm hearing fireworks.
It is. Hey, I mean, this
I'm
is
listening.
scary.
I'm listening to make sure that's firework.
Hey.
It is. Okay, thank you, sir.
Like, just a backfiring car.
Yeah, just a backfiring car. Yeah, no. So tell me about the Horror Hotel Film Festival. First of all, it's an international body.
It is. It's international. We have films from like Iran, Iraq, like
And you said now
war
hold on.
zones like, Ukraine. Like we have like movies that are getting made, like horror movies that are in a place of horror.
So hold on. So these people that you know of that's coming from the Ukraine circuit of it, are they depicting what's going on over there now in their short films and films?
Well, I mean, you look at like where they're at, and as a filmmaker, you have to get a location before you can make a movie. Then after you have a location, you have to have people, and these people are hungry just to have art or distraction. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you also have like towns and cities that are bombed out of existence. It's a good horror movie.
Yeah. Now, you say the film festival is basically for the people in the industry to congregate and mix with each other.
For sure.
And show their talents and work with each other. Now, I was told that, so it's 8 of you that actually run the Horror Hotel.
That's right.
But you actually took it over from a couple of people. Can you
Right.
speak to that process?
Yeah, so I mean, for 14 years, Horror Hotel
Y'all
is-
been in existence for
It's
14
been in
years.
existence, and for the last 2 years, Johnny Woo and a couple of us, we've taken over the film festival. We still work with Ray Suk, who is one of the founders. And
How did that happen? You all went to Ray, or Ray went to you all, or
he went to us, and then we agreed. We said, "Yeah, sounds like a great idea."
well,
Like,
he had to relinquish?
I've been making films for like 25 years now.
Okay.
And then for almost all 14 years of Horror Hotel, I've been submitting films to it. Some of them even got accepted in.
So you saying some of them didn't, but some of them did.
Yeah, you know, maybe not every film is good that I've made. You know, I have a couple bad ones. So, but you know, as I gotten better, you know, they saw me growing, they saw me evolving, and like they accepted me part of that community. And like that's kind of how the whole festival is. That you don't need to be the best, most experienced filmmaker in the world. You just have to be willing to tell a compelling story with compelling people, and you know, be willing to really stand behind what you're doing.
So, Mr. Sup, one of the original founders, by you submitting all this work through the years, that energy, like, wait a minute, I like this guy.
He knew I loved it. He knew it's a passion. He didn't want to just give it to someone who was going to change it into this corporate whatever thing.
Y'all had a lot of candid conversations.
Exactly. And, you know, over the years, like, we have a rapport, and, you know, he
Hold on, would y'all meet over dinner and a movie, you know, go see a horror movie and talk about it?
Well, I mean, kinda.
Kinda.
I had hot wings. I was literally eating hot wings, having a beer, and then he came over and was like, "Hey, Scott, I got something to talk to you about." I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Sure, man. What's up? You know, pop a squat." And he sat down and pitched it to me and said, "Hey, would you be willing to, you know, invest and buy into it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to."
Oh, so
I love the community. I love the festival. I love what you're doing.
So you were one of the. It's 8 people now. So you one of the first of the 8.
Mm-hmm. Yep, correct.
So who brought in the other 7 people? The both of you? Or
yeah. So really, Ray came to Johnny Woo and myself, and you know, from me and Johnny were like, it's a lot of work for just 2 of us. And then, you know, he knew everyone. I mean, Johnny knows everyone.
So you told me behind the scenes candidly that Tina Hobstyle worked with you all. Hakeem, you know Tina?
Yeah, I know Johnny Woo as well.
You know Johnny too? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, Tina's legit.
So who idea was it to bring Tina on?
Johnny knows everyone. I'm just gonna say. I'll say it 50 more times.
Yeah, Johnny hit me up. Yo, you gotta get Scott on, man.
Yeah, Johnny knows everyone.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Johnny, you know, he's worked with Tina. Like she does a lot of casting, and will connect him with like, you know, really talented actors that are looking just to get into anything, you know, whether it's action or drama or even a little bit of comedy.
Have you so you have done horror material yourself?
I have. I've sprayed fake blood on people a number of times.
Have you starred in any of your own work?
I have, and I've actually starred in a couple other people's productions. Generally, I don't see myself as an actor. I'm a person who is willing to act. But like my passion is I want to tell the stories. I want to write. I want to direct. I want to edit. I want to.
So why did we act in the first place? Why did we?
Well, I initially got into film in general was to act, and like I started doing my films myself, and it's really hard to.
Why is that? Do you wasn't getting enough work, or you feel like your point wasn't getting across?
I didn't realize the community that existed. It was kind of before the time of YouTube and Facebook and the social internet. And I really didn't know how to connect with like the indie film scene in Cleveland. I didn't know Johnny Woo. And, you know, so I did it all on my own for a long time with the idea that, you know, if I'm not going to get cast in people's films that I want to be in, I'm going to make my own roles for the films I want to be in.
Make your own roles for the films you want to be in.
And like I did it very poorly, and I wasn't a very good actor, and I wasn't a very good filmmaker. And you know, over time, you know, you learning from failure and mistakes, you get better. And you.
Do you remember the film that you presented that caught traction to where you start being in more communication with the Horror Hotel?
Yeah.
What film was that?
Yeah, so like one of the films that like I really kind of found my way, and it's kind of like a Jordan Peele type of movie.
Y'all know who Jordan Peele is.
Dude's the man.
Yeah, Jordan Peele make them. Did he do Get Out?
Yeah, dude's like Up, you know, like
Up, yeah.
You know, he did like Twilight Zone.
Yeah, he's out there with it,
dude's
too.
the man.
Yeah, Jordan Peele is that guy.
So like, you know, to me his style is more like, you know, a suspense thriller, not really hard horror like the Jason Voorhees, you know, like that's horror, like, you know, like dumb dude walking around like I'm, you know, murdering people. You know, like Jordan's like he's thinking, he's trying to make people think.
Yeah. Are you attempting the same sort of things with the film festival, like make movies that's more so than the two-dimensional You know,
I mean,
stand there, look stupid, run, fall, and I'm gonna kill you.
There's a place for everything, first of all.
Okay.
Like, you know, like, let's call it popcorn cinema, let's call it entertainment, whatever words you want to use. But I think there's
Popcorn
a place.
cinema.
You gotta eat popcorn. You gotta eat popcorn. You gotta watch a movie.
Okay.
You know, be with your girl, whatever. So, I mean, to me, there's a place for like just kind of mind-numbing movies that like don't really have a plot. That just you're watching scary stuff. You know, scary stuff happening. That maybe the plot isn't super rich, but the scary stuff is there. You're scared. So, like their intent was to scare you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you don't need to have a cerebral conversation with someone to scare them.
Are you in this? So wait a minute. So what did you think about the real life stuff when you had people like that were documented for doing real horrific things, like Jeffrey Dahmer, that you know that ate people and you know.
You look at the real horrific people, like they're pretty mellow, like people, like when you see their interviews, like they seem calm, and that's like, you know, we all put on an act in life, right?
Yeah.
So like to me, I have a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I tell them, because I'm a filmmaker, of course everything is related to movies. I say it's not the monster we're afraid of, it's the shadow, because the shadow, that has our imagination in it. The monster, we see it. We know how to kill it. We know how to fight it. We know how to run from it. But the shadow, how do you run from the shadow? It's always there. It's always looking.
Yeah. Huh.
It's the shadow, man.
What inspired you to get into this field?
So, obviously, I'm a creative person with a dark personality. So, like I was in the military, so you know, I've seen a lot of dark things there. So
Special Forces?
No, just a diesel mechanic that played pranks on people with capacitors.
Okay.
I electrocuted a lot of people. But anyway, sorry guys. Not really sorry. But like, you know, so I come back into the real world, and like a lot of like makeup artists, you know, are talking to me. It's like, what was it like? What things did you saw? And you know, when you just start talking to people, you know, just about like horror stuff or, you know, scary stuff, all of a sudden you build connections and you start meeting people that are artists in their own rights of like, you know, making scary movies. And then you make these connections with some weird fucking people.
Well, you know, I got a lady friend, and when I watch scary movies, she doesn't like to watch it with me. She's like, why are you watching that twisted stuff? And I feel so bad. So I don't watch the stuff around her, you know?
Well, there's something for everyone. I mean,
what do you say to people like that?
I would say I understand people that are afraid to be scared. Yeah. But at the same time, if we learn the things that we're scared of, we learn how to avoid those situations.
That's right.
Hold that thought, Scott. We'll be right back in a minute with Scott Brosius, Horror Hotel Film Festival.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Are you going out tonight or this weekend? If so, you looking good. So now, why don't you get the smell good? Get your body oil only at the Clarity Oil Shop. Stop in or call us. 216-355-9702. Get yours today. Oil Shop. Smell good.
So good to me.
Yeah. Good. Rolling bean pie. The best on earth. Baked freshly daily. Rolling bean pie. Get yours today. Call us at area code 216-355-9702. We will deliver to you. Call us. Get yours now. Bean pie. Are you going out tonight or this weekend? If so, you looking good. So now, why don't you get the smell good? Get your body oil only at the Clarity Oil Shop. Stop in or call us. 216-355-9702. Get yours today. Oil Shop. Smell good.
So good to me.
Yeah. Good. Rolling bean pie. The best on earth. Baked freshly daily. Rolling bean pie. Get yours today. Call us at area code 216-355-9702. We will deliver to you. Call us. Get yours now. Bean pie. Are you going?
All right, we back. Player T, that's me. Hollywood in the hood. Doing it really big. I want to remind you, we got the Candidates Forum coming up Saturday, June 21st, featuring Kevin Conwell and Tony Evans Jr. Yours truly is the moderator, so if you have any questions for Tony or Kevin, you can email me at playerthat'sme@yahoo.com. And keep your questions, please, limited to no more than 2. And if you got some good questions, I'll put it out there. I'll forward the questions. So just remember that. And if you like what we're doing here at Hollywood in the Hood and you want to contribute, whether in kind or monetarily, you can do that. You're on the website. Sponsor Hollywood in the Hood. Make a donation, any amount, big or small. It all helps to keep shining a light on the stars that we are, know, love, and aspire to be. So I'm going to take this time to say thank you in advance. But if you're just now tuning in, I'm right here with Mr. Scott Brosius right here. Yeah. Horror Hotel Film Festival. Yeah. Now, I was going to ask you before we went to the break, what do you got to say to people like that? I want to get a clear answer on that. People that feel like, oh, man, that's demonic to be in that space. Why we keep making movies about that? I mean, I like movies of all kinds, man. I like scary movies, horror movies, action movies, gangster movies, hood movies. I like them all.
I mean, to me, like, I think of movies like, Amityville Horror, Jason, Freddy, like that's all pretend.
Okay.
Like scary stuff is like Boys in the Hood, like that's some scary shit. Like Singleton, dude gets it. Like that's some scary shit.
What you trying to kick knowledge?
It is, man. Like
Miles, you knew what I was talking about when I said that.
You see some bad shit, man. It's like so, like you live in a bad situation. Like I've been homeless before. You start seeing some like really horrible things in the world.
Yeah.
So like you live like that for a minute. Like Freddie, like I ain't afraid to take a bath. Like I'm sorry, man. Like people are afraid to take a bath because it's
how did you pull?
I'm gonna take a bath. I'm gonna get clean.
How did you pull yourself up, Scott, from those rough times right there when we were homeless? Because you're this shining light now. Mm-hmm. You're this beacon of light. So how were you able to pull yourself from that situation? And what did you focus on? Was it your craft, your love of the craft? What was it?
Luck. I mean, you gotta. I really that's what it is.
Luck.
I mean,
nah, Scott, come on, man. Scott, we was just on TV with it.
You gotta want it. You gotta want more. Like you gotta get to a certain point in your life where it's your rock bottom and say, I'm either gonna continue this or I'm gonna end this. So like I decided I want to continue and find a better way, and I did.
Yeah, not giving up. I think you got a question, Scott, in the audience.
Yeah, Scott, hearing what you're saying, you mentioned the word dark, the dark side of you. Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned the boys in the hood. Mm-hmm. Is a really scary movie. Well, mm-hmm. That's what they look at the hood as being. Hollywood in the hood. Mm-hmm. Is being a horror story, scary to come. They scared of being in a predominant dark people neighborhood, mm-hmm. than being not scared of a predominant light-skinned people neighborhood. That is a mystery. That is a scary thing to me also.
Yeah.
Well, I want to add to that. I would say, to me, when I see like a movie like Boys in the Hood, like I grew up in like Wilkes Villa in Elyria, like it was. It was
a few boys in the hood in Elyria.
I would say when I see like Boys in the Hood, like for example, I see like a poor area. I don't necessarily see an all black area or a dark area.
Yeah,
I see a poor area, and like poor people, like I guess like when I was poor, like poor people, we didn't really steal from each other. Like because like you're trying to milk a bull.
Yeah.
Like so like if you see someone that has affluence, you want that, you envy it, you aspire to be it. And some people aspire with violence, some people aspire with anger, because like they're frustrated that they're being flaunted, like this opulence in front of them. And like if someone's going to flaunt like their wealth or their well-being, it frustrates you, and that frustration can come out in anger. And now if I take you to like the country and take you to a trailer park full of white people, let me tell you, that's some horror shit too. There's some dark shit happening there. Poverty is what creates horror. To me.
Poverty is what creates horror, baby.
You go to Ukraine.
Because when that stomach touching that back, baby, it get real scary. It get freaky scary, baby.
But dude, like what's happening in like LA right now with the protests. I mean, they're arresting people they're just trying to get work at a Home Depot. They're just trying to get work. So like these are poor people. Like to me, that's horror. That's scarier than Freddy because these are just humans that like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get work so I can feed my family and then come home to my child to pick them up and hug them. And now he's arrested because he went to get a job, and now he's gonna be kicked out of the country, maybe like El Salvador or some country that he doesn't even know. Doesn't speak their language.
That is
to me. That's horror.
Yeah, that's
horror.
That's a great point, Scott. That is.
That's horror. Like Freddy,
horror.
like with like long fingernails, dude. I see girls with long fingernails. Like that doesn't. That ain't a thing.
I kind of made light. I put it out there on the social. I said, MF's waving their country flag in LA. Well, take your MF butt on back home. And I got a lot of response from that, right?
Yep.
But, like Scott, when you go to think about it, that is kind of horrific, man. You go to get a job. You going to get a job or you going to work and somebody scoop you up and
got
detain
like
you.
3-year-old at home. Like you just want to bring us some berries.
You come and cry to feed your family.
Like that to me, that's horror.
Scary.
That's horror. It's not the hood or the ghetto, if you will. That's the horror. That's scary.
Yeah.
It's the poverty and
Talk about it.
Frustration of opulence.
Talk about it. That's the
dude.
truth, man. That's the truth right there, Scott. Now, with the Horror Hotel Film Festival coming up on what day?
It's going to be next Thursday, the 19th to the 22nd. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're gonna have a number of speakers. Can you name drop some of the speakers you're gonna have?
We're gonna have all kinds of speakers that are gonna talk about acting. They're gonna talk about directing. They're gonna talk about cinematography, horror makeup. We're gonna have a directors panel where we're gonna have like a nice group of directors from different like styles and different types of films, just talking about like their experiences of making films, competing with AI, competing with younger people, older people.
Oh, I'm just touching on that subject too, right? Because that's big, man.
Yep.
You look on YouTube, man. There's so many videos that's AI powered. You got to be really careful, man. It's fake news, like Trump say, man. Bunch of fake news coming out. What do you hope to accomplish with the upcoming Horror Hotel Film Festival? I mean,
I feel that's two questions. So, like me personally, I'm hoping to meet some people. I'm hoping to connect with some people.
Sure.
And if I can, I'm hoping to like uplift some people and stand up some people that at the beginning.
You hear what Scott say? Yeah, baby, you like to hear that, man. Yeah.
I mean, because like I started at the beginning, I didn't know how to get in. I didn't know how to connect with a director or a filmmaker. This is an opportunity for people that I'd like to do it, but I can't.
Scott, who entered your life when you was homeless in this industry that gave you the power and the energy to believe in yourself?
I suppose it was myself.
Okay.
Like I said, you got to be at the absolute bottom, and you have to see that if you don't change everything about your life, it's just going to be on repeat. So I just had to reset. I was like, what I'm doing now ain't working. So I need to do everything that I've been telling people, no, that's stupid. I ain't going to go to college. I ain't going to do this. I ain't going to do this. You're just like, well, maybe I should go to college. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I'm smart enough because, if I'm not smart enough, maybe I'll learn to be smart enough.
One last thing, Scott. You got a guy like Scott was. I'm about to start submitting.
Yeah.
Now you're a part of the executive team. Help this guy out right now so he can win favor with the Horror Hotel Film Festival. What are you guys looking for?
Oh, man. I mean, I think really as a festival, what we're looking for is people just that love it, and that they're bringing a good energy. Yeah, I know we're making like these dark films, these scary films or whatever, but like there needs to be a community of hope and support and encouragement. And like if there's negativity, we don't need you.
Yeah.
There's more good people out there than the bad, and like we don't need them. We don't need the hate. We don't need the intolerant. There's like that customer doesn't offer us value, because like we're trying to make a community of support and encouragement.
Yeah.
Like hate doesn't help that.
One more last thing. Why should I show up to the festival and be there for all 3 days?
Because if you buy a ticket, then I make money.
And you're going to learn something, too, and you're going to network, you know. You know what I mean?
I mean, some things are simple.
Yeah, some things are
Some things are simple.
Hey, Scott, real quick, let them know when they could come to the festival, when it is and where it's at.
Yeah, so June 19th to the 22nd, so next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's going to be at the Crown Plaza Hotel near Cleveland Hopkins Airport, and we want to see you there.
Yeah, give it up. You know what I'm saying? The Horror Hotel Film Festival, Mr. Scott Brosius. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with Mr. Hakeem Sharif.
Yeah.
Oh! Don't go nowhere. We're going to take some pics when it's
Are you going out tonight or this weekend? If so, you looking good. So now, why don't you get the smell good? Get your body oil only at the Player T Oil Shop. Stop in or call us. 216-355-9702. Get yours today. Oil Shop. Smell good.
So good, so good to me.
Yeah. Good. Rolling bean pie. Best on earth. Baked freshly daily. Rolling bean pie. Get yours today. Call us at area code 216-355-9702. We will deliver to you. Call us. Get yours now. Bean pie. Are you going out tonight or this weekend? If so, you looking good. So now, why don't you get the smell good? Get your body oil only at the Player T Oil Shop. Stop in or call us. 216-355-9702. Get yours today. Oil Shop. Smell good.
So good, so good to me.
Yeah. Good. Rolling bean pie. Best on earth. Baked freshly daily. Rolling bean pie. Get yours today. Call us at area code 216-355-9702. We will deliver to you. Call us. Get yours now. Bean pie. Are you going out tonight or this weekend? If so, you looking good. So now, why don't you get the smell good? Get your body oil only at the Player T Oil Shop. Stop in or call us. 216-355-9702. Get yours today. Oil Shop. Smell good.
So good, so good to me.
Yeah. Good. Rolling bean pie. Best on earth. Baked freshly daily. Rolling bean pie. Get yours today. Call us at area code 216-355-9702. We will deliver to you. Call us. Get yours now. Bean pie. Are you going out tonight or this weekend? If so, you looking good. So now, why don't you get the smell good? Get your body oil only at the Player T Oil Shop. Stop in or call us. 216-355-9702. Get yours today. Oil Shop. Smell good.
So good, so good to me.
Yeah. Good.
Doing it really, really big. We're going to continue to show on. We got another great guest, like I said, that's near and dear to the film community. You know, I want to inspire a few filmmakers, a few actors and actresses tonight. That was the purpose tonight, you know, because I run into a lot of you youth out there. You know, like I was just at the Spread the Love Foundation event, you know, and Mike Berry and all of them was there, you know, a couple of filmmakers, and you had some youth there that was standing up, and they was asking for opportunity, and that inspired me. Like if we're the older generation or we're the ones in power, we can spread a little love, we could pull a coattail. Well, guess what? That's your duty as a civilized person, is to civilize the uncivilized, you know, or pull a coattail, as they say. So that's what it's all about. So I'm really thankful to have these guys up on the show tonight. And this guy I'm about to bring up, you've seen him in a lot of production, man. We're really proud of this guy, a prodigal son of Cleveland that's doing it major in a lot of films. You've seen it all on Tubi. Mr. Hakeem Sharif in the house. Yes. Appreciate you, man.
Always, brother.
Yep. Man, Scott, you know, Hakeem could have been somewhere, you know, studying a script somewhere, man, but he took the time out to be with us, man, you know. And let me tell you, Hakeem got range, man. He can play multiple things. You know, I remember one role you had in a play. I'm trying to remember the play with Robert. I can't think of the name, but
The gentleman, I think he passed away, didn't he?
No, I hope not. I don't know. I hope I ain't just finding out
I might be
already.
saying the wrong Rob, so I mean,
Okay.
I don't know what.
Well,
play
you were in the stage play, and the role you played, you were a medicine or pill doctor.
Oh,
And
that
you-
Rob.
you were-
Yeah,
you
no,
were-
he did not pass away. No.
Your role was kind of creepy on there, but
Yeah.
you came
I remember
off.
that one.
You remember that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was at the State Theater, I think it was.
He wants to turn it into a movie. He comes to my job all the time, so he hollers at me and let me know all the time.
Come up to these guys, hey man, we gotta turn this into a movie, huh? Yeah, man, your roles, man, like you had an iconic role in that play, man, and you pulled it off. Another one where I first got hip to you was, I want to say Swing Low, Sweet Cherry.
We were right here on this stage, all of us. I think Falia, myself, Johnny was here. That's his first film. So we were all here and excited to actually be a part of it. You know, and y'all revamped a lot. Like, I remember that back wall was open. We
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Long time ago, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got that history.
Absolutely. Yeah, and for people that don't know, we are definitely actually in the hood. We are on Superior. And
Tell it, Hakeem, tell it.
I'm worried about my car right now.
He ain't lying. Hey, Keem ain't lying. He was like, yo, it's okay that I parked over.
Right. I don't know if I parked in the right spot.
Hey, no, to be honest, Hakeem, you know, Dave Tolliver, you hip to Dave for a minute.
Absolutely.
Dave came on, somebody broke into his car and stole a laptop. He had all new music on this laptop.
That's crazy.
You know, we had to pull a few strings, found out who the culprit was. Hey, you got to bring that back.
Come on.
You got to right or wrong.
Right.
He was so thankful that we was able to do that. But you got to control your community to be able to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so when we say it's the hood, it might be scary, but don't be too scared.
Nah, never that.
I got a golf club. I'll hit somebody before they run up and smack me on stage. All demonization, baby. You know what I mean? Hakeem, what's up, good brother?
Man, I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm happy that you even recognize, you know, what I've been doing for so long.
Man,
and
you
that's
can't.
just
It's
fun.
undeniable.
Yeah, thank you.
It's undeniable out there, man. I'm like really proud, man, because like I was around in not your beginning, but to see it in the beginning.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
to where it is now, like you're really sought after.
And I'm just getting started.
Just getting started.
This is not the end right here.
No, not at all.
Absolutely.
Well, hold on. Did you star in Ray Jr.'s joint too?
No, but
You didn't do Ray?
shout out to Ray Jr. I am definitely trying to work with you, my brother.
You trying to work with Ray?
Yeah. I know he's in Atlanta now, but he definitely comes back. Got a street name after him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, all he gotta do is I'm a phone call away. We
Yeah, Ray.
through,
Hey, Ray. Yeah, man. Come on, man. We gotta get.
call away,
We gotta
baby.
get the prodigal son on, man. I gotta see that relationship flower and blossom.
Oh,
You
man,
know,
that would be
I'm trying to hook up. You know, Scott in the horror hotel because we'd love to see Hakeem in one of them horror roles.
Oh yeah.
You know, because he pull off the suave debonair Mac roles with no problem.
Right.
You know, what's the one? You got something up on Tubi right now. Which one is it? You came and you threw a line at the lady.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, look, I'm hip to all of them games.
Yes, please. But then she had me chained in that basement because, you know what I'm saying? You know.
She had you chained in the basement.
She had me chained in the basement. Please, if y'all have never watched this movie ever in life,
Oh, see, yeah, I
go
gotta
home tonight, make it a movie night, and go see the movie, please. I shot that in Detroit.
You shot that in Detroit.
Absolutely. Shout out to, you know, I think her name is Boss Lady or whatever. It's China. Her name is China. She's from Detroit. She's a very popular, you know, Tubi filmmaker and actress. She actually wrote and produced and starred in that, and I had the pleasure of working with her, and it was awesome.
That was dope. That's dope. So Detroit is a hotbed, you know, because they're coming up. But I think Cleveland is the new Hollywood. Do you agree with that? A lot of people say that.
I agree. I agree and I disagree. And here's why I disagree.
Okay, I want to hear this. He said he agrees and he disagrees.
I agree and I disagree. Now I agree that we've been doing movies since Detroit even started, right? And I believe we was doing movies when they started. However, the reason why I even went to Detroit was because I wasn't getting work as much as I was getting out there. I would do a movie, wait a year, then we'll do another movie. And I get it. I understand the funding and everything, and then you had to just kind of like, you know, recoup from the last movie and then do it. But see, I was wet behind the ears. I didn't know none of this. So I would get into certain films. They would be either a supporting role, maybe a main role, but you would have to wait a year. When you go out to Detroit, they have so many different filmmakers, so many different sets of people that are actually doing movies. I was in the office when we were actually finishing our movie, and he had a set of other people in the next room doing a table read ready for the next one.
Wow.
That's how they're doing their movies. And shout out to Johnny, which is HWIC and them. They're actually starting to pick up on that. And they're trying to pump out movies like every other month, or maybe wait 2 months, we're going to pump out this movie, you know. But that's the whole initial reason why I went out to Detroit. My manager, shout out to Joyce Freeman Enterprises. She is the one that actually got me to be bigger than what I am now. So it was like, she pushed me to go out there. I was working with a guy here in Cleveland named Drew Scott. He's from Youngstown.
Okay, yeah.
Did a movie with him. And during that movie, he had, like, I guess, reached out to some people from Detroit. One in particular named LeMaster Spratly. That's another Tubi, like, Hall of Fame actor there on Tubi. However, he the one that put the bug on my ear and said, you need to audition. There's a big audition that's happening in Detroit. You need to come out there. I'm the one that was telling myself, I'm not driving way out there. It's a 2-hour drive.
Only at that.
I wasn't going to do it. But my manager pushed me. Shout out to Joyce.
Why were you feeling like that initially?
I was feeling like, you know, am I going to have the time off? Do I really want to do this? I wasn't really on it like that. Like, I wanted to get local work, and that's what I was doing. I was doing commercials, doing this, that, and the third. However, it wasn't picking up like it needed to be. And I wasn't getting recognized. You know, for the movie I did, that one movie, it really plateaued me to another level. However, I was still stuck at that, you know, are you going to be a household name, or are you just going to be a name in the streets that, oh, man, that movie that you did back in the day was good? Or you going to be like, man, I just seen your latest movie. That movie was hard. Like, man, when did you shoot that? That was like a week ago.
You prefer that?
I prefer
Steady
me
work.
actually being known from the guy that you saw at your local store getting a piece of candy. Now he's in Hollywood with a Denzel movie that's about to come out like July 3rd or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be.
Yeah.
And I want to be that. I want to be that guy that you knew you was playing ball in Woodhill, but this dude is up, you know, in a Will Smith movie. I want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, acting's been in my blood since I was a young guy. You know, watching in living color. I was just intrigued by it from the start. You know what I'm saying? And you know, doing talent shows, You know, I remember when I did Michael Jackson, I did Beat It for the first time. How
Wait, hold on.
everybody-
Did you have the zipper?
Dude,
the,
I had
zipper
the red jacket.
You too?
I did the movie.
You had the glove?
I had the glove. I had teachers looking at me like, I would give this little boy something. I had him. And I mean, just getting that love from everybody, I knew right then and there this is what I wanted to do. And I swear, if it wasn't for like money ruled the world, right, I would do this for free because I love the reaction of people saying, yo, you played that character well. Just like how you just told me, yo, man, you know, I love the way you just, you know, embody the characters that you do and you make it come out.
Yeah.
That's what I love. That's the pure actor in me that I just love. You know, transforming my voice, you know, my look. You know, I got the low taper cut. I mean, the next day or the next month, I'll probably have curls in my head, you know, with a gold teeth because I'm trying to make this character come to life, you know what I'm saying?
Get into the role.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Like, what's your style when you go into movie mode, when it's time to, you know, to study them roles, get them lines down straight, and get into that character mode? Or do you isolate yourself? Do you stop from going out and partying and kicking? Like, how do you achieve to where you embody the roles that you play?
I'm a movie guru. I'm a movie fanatic. I just love watching movies, right? So I get the script. I'll get the gist of, let's say, for example, you know what I'm saying, they gave me something for the upcoming horror film. And it was like, they were telling me the basics of what the film is supposed to be, your character. I would actually watch a movie that was similar to that character or similar to the movie. And I'll take a little bit of that, take a little bit of me, and then whatever they told me that the character is supposed to be, I'll mix that all in one, and I'll just come out with the character. Whether his voice changes, whether his look is different, you know, of course you'll get with wardrobe and kind of find out what your look is kind of like going to be like. But that's how I kind of embody what the character should be. And the voice changing kind of, you know, it goes back and forth. Like, if my manager don't like it and I'll be practicing with her, she'll tell me right off the bat, no, don't do that. You know, no, just talk normal, you know what I'm saying? And normally she'll tell me to talk normal, but it's only certain times that I've had actually put on the voice and it kind of carried over, such as the movie The Closest Ones, which I shot that with Maurice Berger, or is it Miranda's Burger?
Yeah.
And
big shout out to Miranda's. I'm hip to Miranda's.
You hip to him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I did a movie with him, and he allowed me to change my voice up with that. But yeah, that's how I actually get into character mode.
Be it that your stock is on the rise, are these filmmakers that you're partnering with and doing productions, are they giving you the leeway to bring more into the production of what you like to do, improvisation and different things? Are they giving you this leeway?
Every director is different.
Right.
Mike Berry. Mike Berry wants you to read what's on that paper and do not go far.
Oh, that's how Mike is? You can't deviate with Mike?
You can't. Shout out to him, by the way. He has a movie coming out tomorrow. Is it the 14th? No, today's the 13th, right?
He got a movie getting ready to come out.
He got a movie on the 14th coming out right now. It's called The Deadly Type.
Yeah.
And shout outs to him. He's been going strong and everything. Very, very part of how I came up. I did my first movie with Barry.
You did your first movie with Mike?
First movie with Mike Berry. It was called, oh man, don't get me to thinking.
Did you know his background? That he was a rapper and all this and stuff? You knew that?
Funny story. I don't know if he knows this. Funny story. I used to run the streets of Cleveland like hard. We used to always go to the mall. I'm talking about shout out to Randall Park Mall. This is back in the day. Right?
Okay,
We're talking Randall Park Mall, Tower City. We get numbers every single day, right?
Yeah.
We come across somebody in the hood talking about, Fade Entertainment is actually looking for, new artists and everything. And, everybody, if you ain't from Cleveland, I know you rapped. You had to rap or knew somebody that was rapping, and you probably played the role of a dancer or just somebody that was in the mix of whoever was rapping. But anyway, we rapped. And we went out there and we auditioned. And I remembered auditioning for him, but we didn't make it. But then 5 years or 6 years later, he was getting into the movie business, and he had did his first movie. And I was one of his choices that he picked for being in this movie. And it was a short, but it was so spectacular.
Did he explain to you why he wanted you?
No, he did not. And I never really told him, hey, I knew you from back when you was rapping.
You never told him that.
I never told him that, but I was just like, nah, I'm going to keep it trill, and we just going to make it happen. And we became good friends after that, and he instilled in me so much knowledge of learning myself as an actor, the range of what I need to be. And
so you credit him for helping your career mature.
Yep.
Huh?
And Tina Hobbs. Come on.
And Tina?
Man, we go way back. Yeah.
Oh, you and Tina go back?
Man, Tina was the first one. We did a stage play together. As we were in that stage play for like two, I think it was 2 years. We were in the Wiz for 2 years, and it was going on tour for 2 years. It was just that this particular director didn't know what he was doing for 2 years, and we just so happened to stay on it. But anyway, during that process, she was already getting into her brain that she wanted to do something similar to, casting for movies and creating the brand of Tina Hobbs style. And I didn't help her with that. It was just more or less, it was evolving, it was creating. I was letting her know that I was an actor, and she always been fond of my acting. And then she said she had knew a guy that does the camera, which was Mike Berry, and then that's how we all came together and we got that first movie out. So.
Wow. Now hold on, they patronize your services more than just for movies and stuff like that. You're brand ambassador too. I see you working with great people like David Ford.
Oh, man.
We had David on a long time ago,
David,
so to see all of us still doing our thing, that's a great thing.
Absolutely.
How did you hook up with Dave? I know he had to see your work and say, hey, man, I need you.
It was a young lady that knew of him before I did and was like getting modeling pictures from him. But he was also having her model in some of his eyewear. And I just happened to stumble upon his work on Facebook, so I reached out to him. And he said, yeah, we'll just come in. You know what I'm saying? We see what you do. And it was
What, you reached out to him, say, hey, man, let's work together, man.
I was like, man, hey, listen, man, I would love to, model on some of your eyewear, you know what I'm saying? And this is before the apparel came out. And I was like, yo, I would love to do it. So we did our first shoot. It was magical. Then we did a couple of other shoots with, certain other type of models throughout Cleveland. And we just had this chemistry with each other. It's just like when the camera was on me, I would do certain, looks for him. And it was just like, it just came out hot. And from there, we was working consistently.
What was the feedback like you were hearing from your work with David?
People was like, yo, where did you go to shoot these? Like, yo, that's dope. Like, who did this for you? It got to the point where I was like, yo,
who would put the shoots together, David?
Yo, he put it all together, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, he had an office downtown or whatever, by Edgewater. And we were doing it over there, by the water, on the street. I mean, we would go everywhere, man. Like, shout out to him, too. First billboard that I've ever had in my life. And it went on for a month. And I'm telling you, that really changed. That was another monument in my career that went up. So you had the Swing Low joint that came out, the movie that came out, Swing Low. Major hit in the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Major.
Then you had that billboard come out where it was the David Ford logo and the billboard. I was on there with the young lady from Housewives of Atlanta.
You had to be one of his best brand ambassadors, man, because you're right. The imagery that was coming out from those campaigns were amazing.
It was so beautiful, man. And we like I said,
it actually helped to put his brand on another level because people really start feeling the David Ford brand.
Oh yeah, a lot of people ask me, how can I get some? Where do I go? I definitely had.
Are you still working with him now?
Absolutely. We just did a photo shoot. I would say what? It was in April.
April.
We did a photo shoot in April. If you check his page or whatever, you'll see a lot of his new stuff that I was modeling in. Yeah.
Do he lean on his relationship with you to try to get the product placement going on in the movies?
Look, shout out to Joyce Freeman from Freeman Enterprises. She's been trying to get this man to give us something so we can put in these movies. But I don't know. I mean, he's very
Come
very,
on, Dave.
He's very strict on
Dave,
this stuff. You know
Dave,
what I'm saying?
what's going on, man?
Right. But no, I mean, he knows that I'll be doing movies out of town, and he knows whenever he needs me to model anything of his, I would do it. So I'm a phone call away with him. You know what I'm saying? His new shop is in Bedford, so yeah, Bedford downtown.
Oh, his new shop is in Bedford.
Oh yeah. He got a nice little setup over there too. Got a couple of other people that's actually selling their stuff out of his
He got a
store.
couple spreads and magazines with you in it, right?
And he does a lot of eyewear for rappers, actors, and everything. I think Bill Bellamy is one of his ambassadors or brand ambassadors and stuff like that.
Yeah,
man.
that's dope. So, what about yourself? Do you look at yourself as a brand? Do you come with merchandise?
I'm a walking brand. Like you put
You're a
anything
walking
on me,
brand.
make it look good.
I'm a
Anything
walk.
on- put
He
some
is
shoes
a
on.
walking brand.
Come on, man.
He is a walking
Man,
brand.
You can put anything on me. I'll make it look good for sure. Yeah.
Have you been in?
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
You got spreads in major publications that you know of?
Do I? No, I don't think I do.
No, like Ebony Jet or anything like
Come
that.
on, Ebony and Jet. I need both of
Yeah,
y'all.
we
Both
need
of y'all.
Ebony Jet down.
I need both of y'all.
Come on.
Come holler at me.
We need
and
Ebony Jet. What about Studio Zero? You hip to them?
No.
Oh yeah, that was another filmmaker. They from Cleveland, but he's out of L.A.
Okay.
And he's back and forth doing things. You Scott, you know about Studio Zero? See, I like to hook people up. Yeah. Okay. So Mike Berry was a guy you worked with. Who? Anybody else that coming up that you stuck down and stayed with on the production side?
Yeah, like I said, HWIC, I work with them. I work with Brian Berry, but not the way I would like to because he does a lot of comedy, and I love comedy. I would love to be in like
a
the
comedy
head honcho of a comedy.
Yeah?
You
could pull that off, too.
I've done stand up before, so you know.
You did stand up.
I'm wear a lot of hats, brother. Yeah, I've done stand up before. And shout out to Javon Bates, who allowed me to do my little 8 minutes at the theater over there at Pinecrest. And
Wow.
Yeah, that movie theater over there had a nice little crowd.
Didn't know you
there.
did comedy,
I do
man.
a lot, man. Like and the only reason why I went into the comedy route for maybe a year or so, it's because I just felt like the Kevin Harts of the world, Mike Epps, they're getting into movies from their comedy. Yeah. So I mean, they are picking up people from their comedy, from and put them in the movie, and making them like major roles and stuff. So I was just like, well, maybe that's the route.
Yeah,
So then I
maybe
went
that's
that
a lane.
route. I created a little, 8-minute segment, and I did it.
Never
And
thought to work with like Dennis Cass because he does that. He puts on a lot of comedy specials.
Brother, shout out. I mean,
Dennis.
Dennis. To me, 'cause I still got some comedy left, and I think I might be doing a comedy show probably in the next month or so. So
Oh, is that right?
I'm not going to stop until I make it.
So you're hungry.
I'm not going to stop till I make it. This the real eyes looking at you. Bitches. Okay.
Yeah. Now, okay. Now, hold on. Hakeem, is there a role that we regret that? Like, maybe I shouldn't have took that role at that time.
She's laughing. My manager's laughing because there's a lot of roles that I swear.
That you shouldn't have
I shouldn't have taken. Oh my God! And I know they're telling me too that you shouldn't have done it. But no, those are all growing pains. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay. I like how you look at that
we
like
live
that.
And we learn from mistakes that we made or movies that you've done, and then you kind of like, dang man, why did I do that? Because it wasn't a good look, but it wasn't shared or it didn't cross over to the point where it was a good movie. So hey.
Let me ask you a real question. When you at home and you come across your work, not just to look at it, you might have come across it and you look at it and you critique it. Do you find room for improvement?
I never watch a movie of mine and say I did good on that one. I think I'm gonna get him with this one. I have yet to find a movie that I've done that. Now I will tell you this: I get a lot of props from the character that I played in Swing Low. There's not one person that sees me on the streets and say, yo, you didn't play that, right? Now, there are other movies that I get praised for. Like, for example, when we were at the premiere of the movie Please, my manager cried because she said, "This is going to put you on another plateau." So when I tell you the movie Please,
Yeah,
you need to go watch that.
yeah, I'm gonna go home tonight and check Please
it
out.
got me to another level in my career to where they took me seriously in Detroit. And now they reaching out to me even more because of that movie. So shout out to China for even allowing me, and Dennis Reed and DR2 Productions for allowing me to be placed in that movie.
I think you got a question, Hakeem.
Come on.
Hakeem, listen, brother, there's a question in the statement. First of all, I want to thank you guys, you and my brother that was before you, and I just want to thank you, man, because it's Hollywood in the hood, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for you guys to be here in the hood, representing the hood, man, I can't even talk about it well. It's so phenomenal, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you, bro.
I thank
both
you.
of you, brother.
Thank you for allowing me to
Yeah.
be in the hood. I mean, I've been in the hood all my life. So yeah. I played basketball here. I fought here. You know, made love here. You know what I'm saying?
So you're proud to be the prodigal son.
I'm proud to. I love my city, y'all. Stand up, Cleveland, Ohio.
Ha!
Let's go.
Stand up.
Yeah,
Hey, you had a
stand up.
question too, bud?
I love my city.
Yeah, you know what? Because it is a gold coast.
Mm-hmm.
This got so much history. Like Scott said, so much history here.
Yeah.
This is the stomping ground for history. Superior
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like Blair Chief just said earlier, we had the United States Army tanks on this street, Superior. And brother stood up for their hood. The Army had to leave. The president called the Army off. Look it up, it's on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what happened in the hood.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People stood up for themselves.
Right. Steve Harvey had to leave. Bone Thugs and Harmony had to leave.
Yeah.
You know, I myself are going to different places, actually doing movies. However, I still represent C-Town on my back. When I
Yes,
get that first award, I would not be on that stage, and I would not lie to you that I would definitely.
Did you just watch the BET Awards?
Actually, shout out Cleveland. Yes, I did.
Do you allow yourself to dream a little bit?
I don't dream about that anymore because I know it's gonna happen.
Ha!
I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
right.
used to dream, but now I think it's gonna be a reality very soon.
Yeah. I mean, because you're working hard, the universe will have no choice but to render what you're putting into
I
it.
hit all these bunts and, you know what I'm saying, maybe second base here, third base there. But there's a home run movie that I am going to catch.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
whether it's in a horror movie, whether it's in a dramatic movie or a comedy, I will reach that goal to where you're going to know Hakeem.
Because you haven't done a horror yet or nothing like.
I haven't done the horror, so just, you know, shout out to that young man that was just in this chair just a few seconds ago. Let him know, please.
Yeah.
I want to be in a horror film.
I'm gonna let Scott know,
Let
man.
him know.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
know
let
what
Scott
I'm
know. I'm gonna let the Horror Hotel
Let
Film
that brother
Festival know that we
Shout
got.
out to Johnny Woo.
Yeah, it's Johnny Woo. Now you know Johnny. How you know Johnny Woo?
Keith Collins and him go way back. I've done movies with Keith Collins. That's my guy, okay? Went to high school with him. This young man is on the rise. See, the thing about Keith Collins that I like is that he strays away from the era of like drama movies or, you know, stuff like that. He mixed comedy with martial arts, and he's a martial arts guy. And
Wow.
I've been dying to do a movie with him with martial arts.
Comedy and martial arts.
Martial arts and comedy.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
He has a martial arts and comedy.
I would
movie
be a
that
fan
I
of something
am
like
in.
that.
He has a movie on Tubi right now. If you want to go and watch it, it's called Rumble TV. And
you're in that?
I'm in that. Yeah, I played the host in that movie. Had braids, by the way. That was a different look for me. But yeah, I played the host in that, and that movie was so funny and it was so dramatic and it was a good look. I think it was so different from the norm. People couldn't grasp it the way it should have been grasped. But I think if more and more people actually go and watch that movie, you'll understand why he did that and where he's going. Because his next few movies that's about to come out, bangers.
Hey man, I want to
Come on.
thank you, man. Hey, real quick, but before you get out of here though, Hakeem, man, You got the young man, young woman coming up. They're struggling to stay busy, stay working. They might be losing hope. You know, give them something to hang their hat on to stay motivated, where they can come up like you did.
I want you to go. Any young man or young lady that's watching this right now, or anybody in the audience, I want you to turn off the TV, close the door, and go in a room, and I want you to pray. And I want you to ask God all the things that you want. Name 10 things that you want. Either you say it in your head and you remember it, or you write it down, but I want you to have it. And I want you to continue to keep striving for those 10 things that you want. And don't ever say the words, I can't, I won't, and I don't think I will. When you think positive things happen. When you sit up there and you think, oh, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do, like I did when I was not going to the, I didn't want to go to Detroit. When I got pushed, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go for broke, I'm gonna do it. Doors open.
Huh?
You may not go to that first door. That first door may be closed. You go to that second, you go to that third. Hell, you keep going to that last door. It's going to be open for you. I'm telling you right now. Do not give up. Do not give up. And me, myself, I love to help people. You ask me, something about the acting, how do I get into it? I will tell you straight up and down. I will not kid you. You DM me, I'm gonna give you that feedback, but don't flood my
yeah, man. Don't hit me with no nonsense, man.
You know what I'm saying? My lady, she may not like that. You're like, well, who's Keisha?
Yeah.
And why is she asking you to be in the movie with her?
Yeah, because we're a hot ticket now. We're a hot item.
Man.
We're a hot item, baby.
Oh, man.
Y'all can't just be Facebook messaging us,
You can't do that.
You can't do that. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Hey, I want to say thank you to my man Scott Brosius and the Horror Hotel Film Festival. Hakeem, I appreciate you. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood. If y'all don't mind, we're going to take a few pics.
Come on, let's take it.